My name is Captain John Plaziak. I'm the BEB S6 Trainer for the Sidewinder Team at the National Training Center at Fort Irwin, California. Today, I'm going to talk about signal operations in the BEB and the support they provide to the Brigade Combat Team. Many units need to have a unified communications plan, resulting in gaps and over-redundancies during all phases of the operation. Today, I will provide 8 solutions to eliminate those gaps and redundancies in your communications plan. First, build a PACE plan across all warfighting functions. While the BEB may not have the traditional requirements of a command, operations, fires, and sustainment PACE plan, the BEB's unique requirements and disposition across the battlefield merit different plans. For example, the UAS platoon is going to be in a very different location than the rest of the military intelligence company and may require its own PACE plan to facilitate communications. Enabler units, including military, police, and chemical companies, may not have the same equipment as your organic companies. Adjustments in the PACE plan may need to be made to support the flow of communications to and from these attachments. Next, execute Retrans as a deliberate brigade-wide plan. The signal company commander and the Brigade S6 can work together to identify and deconflict Retrans sites and align task and purpose for those elements. This will eliminate retrans parties, where multiple battalions deploy their retrans teams to a single key area. By eliminating those over-redundancies, the opportunity to increase communications coverage across the battlefield grows. Next, use the best tools at your disposal to conduct signal planning. SPEED is a tool designed to do line-of-sight analysis that supports various radio types and configurations to analyze where you can or cannot talk. Often, units do not train on that system and instead rely on other line-of-sight analysis tools, including the one on the JBCP. While the JBCP can tell you if you can physically see something from somewhere, it is not a replacement for SPEED when conducting signal planning. Retrans teams need to conduct their troop leading procedures and communicate their timelines to their leadership so that it can be incorporated in the planning process, specifically for travel and setup time. Typically, both the retrans team and battalion planners underestimate the time it takes for a retrans team to arrive at their site. In an offensive operation, this could lead to communications blackouts, as the retrans teams miss their triggers and are unable to bound in time to support the operation. Retrans teams must be proficient in their core tasks, must be cross-trained, must understand and execute fieldcraft, and must know how to troubleshoot their systems during day, night, and CBRN conditions. Poor retrans teams will not be able to set up and establish retrans in a timely manner, do not know how to maximize their team members on the site, use no or poor camouflage techniques, and do not know how to fix their systems if there is an error. This usually results in late or poor retrans operations, and teams are often targeted by the OP4 due to their visual signature. Conversely, a team that is successful in these areas are quick to provide communications, are survivable, and are resilient to issues as they arise. Maintenance of signal systems is paramount to a unit's success at NTC. Leaders in the BEB must understand that some signal equipment cannot be maintained the same way that wheeled vehicles are. Emphasize their maintenance in garrison. Units who fail to practice command maintenance discipline on their signal systems in garrison will be unable to recover their systems during rotation. A TTP to fix this is executing communications and electronics maintenance separate from traditional motor pool Mondays. The BEB may need to adopt a similar approach. Maintenance is commander's business, and their involvement in signal and communications maintenance is paramount to accomplishing the requirement. Leaders must recognize that CCOM and various LARs will be actively involved, and request processes will look different at every installation. The BEB is often where enabler units fall during a rotation to the National Training Center. These enablers often come from the National Guard and Reserves and will have varying types of communications equipment. The BEB S6 must work with all the supported units to understand their capabilities and limitations, and must coordinate with the Brigade S6 to ensure that the LDIFs are merged to ensure JBCP and JCR communications are streamlined between the organic and attached units. As stated previously, the S6 may need to adjust the PACE plan if equipment types are too different, or recommend a reallocation of equipment across the task force to the BEB leadership. Finally, the BEB needs to understand and leverage different types of command post survivability postures. During the fight, the operational environment may dictate that a unit reduce its signature and increase dispersion. This may include different models of the CP to support varying levels of upper and lower tactical internet, tents versus vehicles, and time windows for communication. The BEB S6 has a unique opportunity to analyze and support the brigade planners by working with space and electromagnetic warfare personnel to understand the threat landscape. This analysis turns into options for the battalion to execute. This is a lot of information that requires a lot of thought, training, and discipline to execute. To make this process easier, I offer a recommended product. The Signal Support Synchronization Matrix was modeled after the Fire Support Execution Matrix. The example provided shows one phase of a potential operation where signal assets, command post locations, pace plans, CP postures, priority of support, and critical threats and requirements can be seen in time. It can be customized and adjusted as needed to support the mission at hand. In closing, I've offered you 8 points to improve signal operations in the BEB and a product to help synchronize efforts in time and space. I hope you find these useful and that they will help you to be more successful at the National Training Center.